Hi, I'm Dr. Pucci. Welcome, and I'm glad that you are here. The purpose of this introduction is to walk you through the process that we have created. Now, I know that since you're here, you are seeking, you're on your own health journey trying to find answers. We have formulated a process that we know makes a huge change in people's lives in 6 months or less. Okay, it is truly life-changing care. But the model, the process is different than what you're accustomed to in the medical model. So often people are finding me through, say, a Google search, and they're searching for a functional doctor because they're hearing about functional medicine. That's fantastic. So they're looking for something outside of the medical model. They want to get to the root cause or root causes of their problems. But they're still thinking medically. They're expecting to have a short visit with the doctor, a short visit with me, and then somehow magically I'm going to tell them what to eat or what supplement to take that's going to make decades of health challenges go away. And that is just not how it works. Okay, so let me just take a little bit of time here to work you through this process so you can understand a little bit more clearly how the process works and why we have this process. So we always like to begin with what I'll call our initial 3-visit comprehensive workup. Okay, it's an opportunity for me to get to know you, you to get to know me, get the layout of the land, understand your case more clearly, and be able to design strategies for you to start making these changes that you're looking for. The first visit is approximately 75 minutes. Okay, and that's an opportunity for me to get to know you. We're going to review your intake paperwork. It's going to be a review of your past medical history, a review of any prior labs you've had with other doctors, a discussion of what you've been working on, where you've had success, where you've had your failures. Okay, understanding your background a little bit more. And if you haven't had a recent blood test in, say, 6 months, is that we're going to run a comprehensive blood workup, and we'll also review the results of that blood test in that initial visit. The takeaway from that initial visit is to make sure that you and I are on the same page, that we know that this is the right fit, that we will begin to prioritize some key areas that we need to focus in on. For example, maybe we need to focus on your gut health or your blood sugar or the stress physiology, your diet, sleep, different things, okay? And so there'll be actionable steps to take away from that first visit. Certainly you'll walk away with a better understanding of your health challenges. In our second visit, it's in person with me, one-on-one in the office, again, about 90 minutes, all right? And we're going to do a examination. Okay, it is not an invasive examination. It's geared mostly neurologically, but we're going to be testing your balance and your movements and your eye speeds and your reflexes, and we're going to test your heart rates and a lot of these little variables, which is for me. And I will, when I go through this with you, I'm going to explain everything that I'm testing and what we're seeing and what they mean. Okay, and again, at the end of that, you'll have a better understanding of what areas that we need to be focusing in on and where we should start to create our strategies. Okay, and our third appointment, our third workup, again, another 75 minutes. Okay, that is to continue to review some metabolic forms that you'll be filling out, which is going to help us to categorize which systems in your body take on the highest priority. Is it your digestive system? Is it your adrenal supports? Is it your immune system? What systems are we needing to put most of our focus on as we go through phases of transition? Okay. Also in that meeting, you're going to get access to information on foods, understanding your foods, your proteins, your carbs, and your fats, how we make energy. It's understanding your blood sugar. There will also be some access of resources there for you. All right, in that visit also is that we will be tying in all of our findings and creating a game plan that you can implement right away. The other important part of that visit is that we will discuss the advanced testing. Okay, advanced testing is really important. If you really want to get to understanding the root causes, right, you have to test. You can't guess, you have to test. But you and I will discuss the tests, because each person is an individual. You are an individual. And so the testing that we might need for you can be completely different than the advanced test we might do for some other person. All right, so we want to have a dialogue and discuss which tests are going to provide us with the most useful and impactful information that's going to help us make your health journey and the changes that you're looking for happen sooner rather than later. Okay? Too often I find that people want to go online, read a lot of things, listen to a lot of people, try this supplement, try that supplement, or even today you can even buy a test online and somebody someplace else will give you a little quick report on the test results, and then again off on your own buying a bunch of supplements based upon that one test result. And oftentimes you're going to be left disappointed. You're going to be left really disappointed, all right? Because it's not just the test, it's understanding how to interpret the test. Okay, and how do the results of that test actually apply to you into the presentations of your signs and your symptoms? So really it's being able to read between the lines of the test, right? And how I put information together so that we have a game plan. And then we move you through phases, okay, which includes a discussion of lifestyle, again, sleep if it's an issue, stress if that's an issue, and giving you tools and techniques that manage those things. I always say we have to macro manage before you micromanage, meaning we have to deal with the big moving pieces before you get into the micro managing, right? That's why too often so many people are coming in with shopping bags of supplements, hoping another supplement's going to make them feel better. Okay, supplements are very important, right? But we want to use them in very targeted ways. Okay, example would be in phase one, we may be putting attention to change in your gut environment. Okay, that may include hormones, it may not include hormones. We may want to move into a detoxification protocol. Okay, we may need to put a lot of focus on managing your blood sugar. So it's really in the working together, okay, over a time frame that we're going to get those changes that we're looking for. All right, so I would say, so you can't really manage complex health challenges by yourself. Okay, you can try, but it's just that you're going to spend a lot of money, waste a lot of time, and be frustrated at the end, rather than working with someone who can help pinpoint and steer you and coach you through this process to make your time more efficient. My experience has been that 80% of the people that work with all these complex challenges show significant improvements in the quality of their well-being in 6 months or less. Okay, if they actually get on board and do this and participate and try to be as compliant as they can. Okay, and part of what we want to do too is we want to see you succeed. So we're here for you and here to work with you to help you achieve those goals. So I hope that's been a little bit helpful, giving you a little bit of a background on what the initial process is. Step 1, 3-visit workup. And step 2 is after that 3-visit workup is then a dialogue discussing what the advanced testing is going to be and how we work with you over the next 3 to 6 months regarding those tests. Okay, I am excited to be working for you and helping you on your health journey.